Thank you everyone for joining us and those who are watching as well. Excited to formally announce Brian and welcome him to the organization as our next head coach. I also want to make sure I welcome his wife Cindy and their two daughters. Many of you guys know Brian and are familiar with Brian from his year here with us this season. When I think of Brian at his core, he's someone who connects with people. He's someone who is a teacher. He's someone who is a developer. And he's someone who is proven in motivating people. And those are things that he's always been about. Those are things he did when he was our interim coach, and those are things that he's going to continue to do when he's pushing us forward. So we're excited, we're happy. Going through this process with Mike and all of our staff, we wanted to make sure that we got to know everybody, but really get to know everything we could about Brian. And my first time that I met him in 2008, what really I remember is how much time he took to get to know me as a person. And I think if you look around this room and you see the players and the staff that are here to support, I think he got to know a lot of people because he's genuine, he invests in people, he puts himself last, he puts the players and the team first, and we're really, really excited about that. We're happy for the person, but also happy for the coach that we're getting. He's someone who has a diverse skill set, has a growth mindset, he's always looking for ways to get better. I'm excited to see what he can come up with a full summer and training camp and everything to get ready to go in. But 19 years now in the NBA? 19. Almost 20. Almost. Close. In that 19 years, he's had a array of opportunities at different organizations at different timelines, some through the rebuild, some through competitive play. He's touched a lot of different players, some top end talent, and had them at different parts of their career, from rookies raising them up to all-stars to Hall of Fame guys. And when he was involved with them, he poured into them. They learned, they grew no matter where they were. And I think even in the phase he was here as an assistant, but also as the lead man last year, he definitely poured into the guys and they felt that. So we're excited for that. The 30 games that we saw as interim coach, we've talked about this, is just the beginning. It's the foundational building blocks that he put together that is going to help us continue to have this sustained success that we're looking for. He understands that and is ready for the challenge and will be a great partner with everybody in the building. So with that, I just want to officially welcome you to the Washington Wizards.
First of all, I want to thank Ted, Michael, and Will for your belief in me to help lead this organization. I'm truly grateful and humbled by this. This is a great responsibility, and the one thing I think about is how excited I am about it, because I get to partner with Will, with Michael, to build something, and someone who I share the same core values with. Thing that's really exciting about this is that this is a very rare opportunity in sports when you get to work with people who are aligned from ownership down to front office to coaching, that we're invested in finding the right way to do things, to look at every corner, to look at the best practice, so we can streamline our process to be the best versions of ourselves. And I think that's a rarity in today's sport, and to get the opportunity to do this with this group, specifically with Michael and Will, who I've known for a long time, and I care tremendously about them as people first, but also the way they can do their job. It's a huge honor. I also realize that when you get to this position, you don't do this stuff alone. There's a lot of people who have integral part of my life to help me get to where I am today. I'm not going to say a lot of those people's by names because there's too many people to mention, but the coaches I played for growing up, the teammates I had, the coaches I got to work with and learn from. There's a long list of people that I owe a lot of gratitude to. And then finally to the players, and some of our a lot of our players are here today, that you guys let me in your lives. And a lot of, I've coached for a long time, almost 25 years now, that you got to be part of their journey and help them realize their dreams. That's all I've ever asked in life. And I'm thrilled to continue to do that here with the Wizards. And lastly, and most importantly to me, my family.
I will say that we were really intentional. We were deliberate and thorough in kind of going through the process. We wanted to make sure that we found the right person for the job moving forward. So we went into it open-minded, knowing that our organization is a place where we're trying to be inquisitive and trying to make the best decision for everybody. And at the end of the day, we feel very comfortable with that with Brian. And just a note on Brian, through those 19 years he's been in the league, his hard work, I'd put it up there with anybody. And not just that, but the diligence that he goes about it with, the care, the sweat equity that he's put in with all the players on the floor. You can see it, you can feel it. But he's also a student of the game, and he spent a lot of time behind the monitors figuring it out. He talked about the coaches that he was with, some really bright basketball minds that he's in coaches meetings with. And at the very beginning, whether you should have or should not, you were always speaking up and trying to contribute, and I think that kind of shaped you. So he's ready. All those experiences have him ready to lead this team. And through this process, you learn a little bit more. I wouldn't say it's new, but something that I probably confirmed for me is Brian has a unique ability to see people and things for what they can be, not for where they are or who they are right now, currently. And when you think of our team and the phase that we're in, that's vital. That's really, really important. And you gotta have that belief to put into people and see where it can go. And we're in the bottom phase of building that foundation. I think we put some of those blocks together this year. The bottom takes some time, and he knows that, so we'll continue to build that out, but it has to be sturdy and build it up from there. And he's all about habits, he's all about people, and he confirmed that he can see big picture things and the belief in people. So there's a lot of things that led us to Brian, but at the end of the day, the things that we knew about him, he confirmed and gave us some new stuff as well.
Brian, since January, you really spoke